Hello and welcome to Adam Everything RC. We're doing a little bit different shop talk here today, and we have Greg with Fairfield Glade Yacht Club.
Hi.
And hello, Greg. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate it.
Excellent.
And we're going to discuss some RC sailboats. We've done a lot of the fast boats on the channel, but this is going to be a little bit different. So we want to expand everybody's mind a little bit and get them to know that there's other things in fast boats, and there's still a portion of engineering. Actually, there's some engineering involved in these, as well as you got to have a little smarts to be able to know how to sail and whatever. So tell us, just give us a brief description of Fairfield Glade Yacht Club. How many members you have, and what's your goal?
We have about 20 core members, and of growing as well. 150 on our what we call our spectator list that may come out to join us, including people that come out and we put boats in for you. We take the boats out for you. We'll put the controller in your hand. You need to know right, left, and putting sails out and putting sails in.
Pretty simple. 2 channels.
pretty straightforward. Once you get involved in it and you see how it sails and you feel comfortable with it, then you can actually take one home and lease one for free. We do that kind of thing mainly to keep our club at a good level. Also keep interest in the sport and not put any financials on people's back unless they really want to build one
It's more
themselves.
of a camaraderie thing
Yes.
than anything else.
You know, I've been involved in
something
the
to
sailing
enjoy.
for about 40 years,
Yeah.
and in the early years we had judges, we had rules that we had to enforce, and we had points, and the points were related to money, and people fought over a nickel.
Yep.
And there's no reason to do that.
No.
So what we do is we're totally free, no dues club. We allow people to try it out. And if you like it, you can actually get involved with us to help you build them.
You're in a really nice community as well. You're in an older community with elderly people, most of them retired.
That's
So
pretty
that helps
true.
a lot.
Right. I mean, we do sail in Crossville, Tennessee, and Fairfield Glade, Tennessee. Crossville, we're at Lake Geronimo, and we have Lake near Lake Tansy, for people that don't know where that is.
Is that where that is? I have not been down that way at all.
Right.
So.
And also up at Lake St. George, Lake Catherine, Lake Dartmoor, Lake Pomeroy. Very likely time you'll find us there.
Yeah.
And so we spread ourselves around a little bit to kind of draw in the community.
So briefly on the rules of sailing, you have. Correct me if I'm wrong, or I could have you explain. You probably do it better than me. They have buoys that they set out,
Yes.
and then you have a predetermined starting line, and then you have to go around the certain buoys, whether they clockwise or counterclockwise.
And we change it up so that people have a chance to actually feel
And that's
going
pretty
against
cool.
the wind and going with the wind, and not,
Yep.
and no one has a real strong advantage if you don't do it the same way all the time.
Right, and if you miss a buoy, you got to go around.
Well, you're
So-
supposed to.
Yeah, so we'll fudge on that. Well, that's pretty cool. I think that the sailboats, I mean, I had one years ago, God, like 40 years ago, and back in the 80s. Oh, geez, believe that? 89, 86.
Yeah, and
something
they've
like that.
evolved since the 80s. They were 16 pounds and 36 inches, and now they're 10.
I remember I had to get lead shot.
They're
and put it at the
7 and
bottom.
they're 7 and 10
Yeah.
pounds now, and they're lightweight, and they move pretty quickly in even the lightest winds.
Yeah, I've been out to the one event, and it was a lot of fun. And the guys, everybody was really friendly and helpful, and they want you to do it. It's not any of that. So for my small clientele on this channel, if this is something you're interested in, you can get by really cheap. You don't have to have anything. Now, the one thing that was confusing me, and we'll touch briefly on this, is the class of boat. So the class of boat is called a...
This is a Soling 1 meter, so
Okay.
it's basically 1/10 size of the full size Soling 10 meter that was built in Norway and used in the Olympics from the 1990s through the year 2000.
Oh.
And so they raced them as one-man or two-man boats back in the Olympics. So since they're scaled exactly the same as the Soling 10 meter, you have 80% of the weight below and 20% above to keep it always upright.
And you can buy any brand as long as it's a Soling class.
Well, you can buy any boat really to be in our club.
Right,
but if you want to be competitive in our club, the Soling is a quick, very fast.
Everybody's got all the same thing.
And everybody's using the same boat. Now, I used to have Fairwinds. I used to have, and I have a club in Illinois that I go to that has DF Dragon Force 95s. DF 95s.
Yeah, those are a little bigger.
They're actually 5 centimeters smaller than the 1 meter, because that's 95 100. So yeah, so whatever. The bottom line is the DF95 is a easy to you're not even building it. It comes as a kit fully assembled. Whereas the Soling is so old that everybody used to build their own interior, and you use just the hull as a starting point. They still have manufacturers, new manufacturers, that now create the same exact hull, but the interiors are easier because they're pre-printed 3D printed.
Boy, what technology
inside
can do for you.
Yeah, and your batteries are lighter, your servos are lighter, your servos are less money, your controllers are less money, and better because they're digital instead of having frequencies. So a lot of great things that have happened in the sport.
Well, we all know about the digital servos and radios, and here's one of your radios right here. So this is, you can get by really cheap.
Yep, and this one...
And inexpensive.
Yeah, this one is, these are both Fly Skies. This is a Fly Sky from that first came out in the year 2000, and this is a Fly Sky. Thin. And this is a Fly Sky that's half the weight and half the battery and more, same kind of programming, and you can program the changes of your boat without having to use a screwdriver, like in the old days.
Yeah.
And these things are under $80, not like they used to be in the hundreds.
Now, when you get these, I do have a question, because I do know certain things about these. So these normally have a spring or a ratchet in there, so you must have took that out.
Well, no, I mean, if you get this model,
they normally have
this model stays in springs left, right, and same with the other one. It springs left, right, and up and down. So it depending on whether you want, for the rudder.
Did these originally have like the little ratchet clicks?
Original ones did, but I think the newer ones just stay in place. They're a stay in place, so you put it wherever you want it, and it stays in place. And for the sail, you want it to stay in place. For the rudder, you want it to go back to neutral.
So I have my old DX5.
Yep.
See, that's got the...
But it's still stay in place.
Right.
It's just a little tighter.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. So you can get by with these pretty cheap, that's for sure. So I'll tell you what, let's... We'll go ahead and pause real quick.
All right.
And we'll be right back, and we'll go ahead and readjust the camera and get the boat, and we'll just discuss the boat real quick and see what's going on there so everybody gets to look at it. Be right back. Okay, so we're back, and here's his Soling boat. This is one that's got a little bit of a water issue, but it's a great boat anyway. So go ahead and give us a little... Just kind of briefly explain all the little parts and
all right. Well, first of all, this is a Soling 1 meter, so it's about 1 meter tall and 1 meter long, 42 inches if you're an inches person, and it has a little Soling indicator on the top. So when you see these boats in the water, you can know it's a Soling by the Soling indicator on the top, and that's what came. That was originally designed in Norway for the Soling. Back when it was being raced in the Olympics.
You wouldn't think Norway, a big sailing community. But,
well, they built them, so yeah. So this is the sail, and inside the boat, you're going to have 2 controllers. You're going to have a sail arm that turns left and right on the servo, but allows your lines to go in and out to bring the sails in and out. And your other servo is going to run your rudder. And your rudder is going to go left and right, and that's all you get. You got to know enough about the sailboat usage. We have a couple of stays that are on the rear and the front in order to keep the sails from falling off and the mast from being straight. So your lines that are run from the vertical to the deck are either to keep your mast straight or your mast from going left or right. So with the two sets of lines, you're going to be able to tighten or loosen the mast, allowing for the wind to pull one way or the other.
Well, I do know that this backstay is important with the jib because you can make the mast tip forward and tip back.
Right,
And there's
so
a reason for that.
you want your boom to kind of be level with the rest of the boat. And in order to do that, you pull your mast perpendicular with the boat. In order to pull your mast perpendicular with the boat, you have two adjustments on your sails on the front, and one that lifts the sail off the front boom, and one that actually brings the sail forward or back along with the backstay. So if you loosen the backstay, you can bring the mast forward or back along with the front sail.
Is there an advantage to having it like forward or back? Does it change how it catches wind?
It absolutely does. If you're not perpendicular with the boat, you're going to be missing the air that goes over the top of the boat at your sail level.
Okay.
Remember, when you're sailing, the wind usually pushes you when your sails are out, but when the sails are in, you have the situation where the wind is actually pulling the boat forward because it's catching it in the curve of the
that was
sail.
going to be my next questions. I do know that you can adjust so that this sail can be more slack or less slack.
And more slack is going to allow the lighter winds to catch the boat to be able to pull it forward in light wind.
Okay, so if you tighten it up in a heavy wind, you want to have this tighter.
And then it's being pushed, and you're losing very little wind through the boom.
Right.
But in most cases, a looser boat is a faster boat.
I know just enough to get in trouble.
Yeah, looser boat is a faster boat. Okay, so don't be too tight.
All right, that's cool. If you want, let me move the camera a little bit, and we can get a little copy of the inside of that, and you can show us the mechanism.
Yeah. So I'm going to turn her on. She has a little switch in the front here, if I can reach it upside down. And the sails out and the sails in are really your only two.
Wow, that's really fast.
Yeah, this is a fast servo, and it brings the sails in and sails out by letting the lines in and out.
Nice.
And the rudder, of course, is the other servo, and it's just left and right. And you saw
Well, it's got a lot of throw too.
Yeah, you can also adjust the endpoints to less or more by using your controller.
Well, it's really informative, and we really appreciate you coming by to show us the boats. I hope this not only entertained, but maybe got somebody interested in, hey, you know what, I think I might want to try a sailboat. They're pretty cool. And they actually are. I had, like I said, I had one 40 years ago. I sailed it across a 7-mile lake. I followed it in my big boat.
We called it a mini-mac, you're walking around 7
I was
miles.
following it in my boat. So, and it was Lake Geneva in Wisconsin.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, sailed it right across. All the way from the Abbey all the way to the other end. So it was a lot of fun. Made a lot of splashes. So, but anyway, Greg, I appreciate you coming over and showing us this. And we're going to be heading out, and we've got an event.
All right, yeah.
That we're going to go do. So we'll have
Thursday.
some footage of the boat sailing and a group of guys, and I hope everybody sticks around to watch that as well. So again, Greg.
Hey.
Even though nobody can see this,
Fantastic.
Look at, we're right behind there. Yo! So,
all right, thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. We're going to head out to the lake and do some sailboating, and then we'll be back. So
see ya.
See you then. Hey, welcome back, Adam, Everything RC. We're at the Fairfield Glade Yacht Club outing. This is Greg.
Yeah, a little Vice Commodore guy. He's
And,
always got a lot of vices. Go
yeah,
ahead.
and we're going to go ahead and run some sailboats today out in the lake. And we brought the tug so we can antagonize everybody.
That sounds excellent.
So stick around and we'll be back with some more.
Very great.
Woo, woo.
Doug, look at this thing. Oh my gosh, I like your controller. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it is.
Great little fireboat.
Isn't that cute? When I first saw, I was working on my house there, and I saw the first time they came over here, and I thought, I said, oh, those sails are just for show. I said, they got motors in those things. So I got, lo and behold, did I find out, it's like, oh no, you have to sail this thing. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Are you kidding me? It's not as easy as it looks. Oh, that is super cool. What kind of battery do you have in it?
It's got a pair of 7200s in there running in parallel. 2S.
Oh my god.
Okay, here we are at the start of the Regala. Are you guys ready?
Ready?
1 minute till mark.
1 minute.
Oh God, we'll come back when it's like 15 seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is going to be an 80-minute race.
So you're doing orange, green?
And here's our
Orange, red, green, home. Orange, red, green.
our all excited operators right here.
I got my boat confused with length already. I thought I was up. Nope.
We have an announcer who's announcing the race, but he fell asleep.
This is sailing. This is not
We'll be back at the end.
auto racing.
There they're going around the pass to go out to the red buoy out there, or green buoy out there.
Yeah, the big green. That little green, big green. Yep.
Those guys are moving right along.
You're kind of new here, right? Yes, he is.
We are coming into the final leg.
I'm right in front of you. Trying to hide your sails.
And we have a winner.
Alright, who wants Trixie?
So as these guys are sailing, here they are.
Cheers.
You look stressed, don't you?
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah, sailing with your thumbs in a chair, in the shade.
You guys are doing a great job. Hey, we appreciate you letting us be here. And thank you to the Fairfield Glade Yacht Club. So anyway, we'll call it there. Hope you guys had a good time. And say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
See you all later. Here's some photos that I took along our sailboating. And thanks for joining us. And please hit subscribe, hit the like button. Please leave a comment if you like this kind of content. And we'll try to do a couple more things with the yacht club. So thanks for stopping by again, and we'll catch you on the next one.